understand that you've already been in a state of hypnosis many times. Okay? When a client works with a hypnotist, they'll enter in a state of hypnosis by following the instructions of the hypnotist, then go into that naturally occurring state of hypnosis purposefully so that they can receive the hypnotic suggestions that they came in to receive so that they can make the changes that they want to make. You've already been successful in obtaining the hypnotic state many times. It's safe and natural. Watching television as an example, highway hypnosis is probably the most well known, and everyone's experienced that if they've been on a long car drive or you've been in a situation where did I miss my exit or not? I got my mind distracted or whatever. Or I pulled in the driveway and how in the world did they get there? I don't know. The car knew the way home. Another type is naturally occurring hypnosis or trance state is naturally occurring anesthesia. One of the services I provide is called hypnodontics, and all that does is talks about dealing with the dental procedures and helping folks with those areas. Anesthesia just means not feeling pain or not being conscious of pain. I've had times, for example, when I've had a bruise or cut on my arm, but been unable to recollect when the injury may have happened. You get busy and you get focused, extremely focused on some task, and you look up and, oh, look, you're bleeding. I had no sensation of pain. Well, it's because of that focus. If you had the injury without being in that state, it might be very painful. There are naturally occurring negative hallucinations. What's that about? Well, I'll give you an example. One of my teachers talks about the time when he thought he would like to have some ketchup with his food. And he looked at the table and noticed there was no ketchup on the table and then said to himself, there's no ketchup. Then went to the refrigerator and looked at the top shelf and again said, there's no ketchup. Looked at the next shelf and again said, there's no ketchup. Then he looked at the next shelf down and saw that there is no ketchup. Focused on his search for the ketchup, he turned to the door of the refrigerator and looking at each shelf, not noticing any ketchup, said, there's no ketchup. He says he turned to his wife and she said, of course there's ketchup. It's in the refrigerator. This time he focused and looked at each shelf once again, saying to himself, there is no ketchup. Then in exasperation, she came over and then she pointed her magic finger at the door and he followed it with his eyes and shazam, the ketchup miraculously appeared. This may have happened to you with keys or a purse or something, and it is not weird. You are normal. It is a naturally occurring state of hypnosis. When he looked at the table and saw that there wasn't any ketchup, he said to himself, there's no ketchup. He kept repeating the statement over and over. As he did this, his subconscious mind, because of his focused state, accepted the statement as true. Then when he finally laid his eyes on the ketchup, because he had become convinced that there wasn't easy, he didn't see it. It's very easy to go on this deep level of hypnosis and not even know it. It feels quite normal. Finally, hypnosis is safe. In fact, no one has ever been hurt by simply going into a state of hypnosis. We go into hypnosis all the time. Hypnosis is a state of heightened suggestibility, the ability to accept things at a subconscious or unconscious level. At every level of consciousness, conscious, subconscious, and unconscious, there is a protective function of the mind, which will automatically reject any suggestion that would normally seem dangerous. In fact, any suggestion that sounds dangerous or would hurt us in any way would typically cause a client to emerge from hypnosis. Hypnosis has been recognized by the AMA since 1958. It's been used by many professionals in medicine and psychology throughout the 200 years history of hypnosis safely. Hollywood has made up all kinds of things about hypnosis which were designed to sell movie tickets and not really to tell the truth about hypnosis. Some of this misinformation that's been put in the minds of moviegoers include that the hypnotist has some kind of special power, or that a hypnotist has control over the person who's in hypnosis, or that someone could become stuck in hypnosis. These things are simply not true. Hypnosis is a consensual state. A client must want to be hypnotized for me to be able to work with them. Furthermore, in order to continue to be in hypnosis, he or she must continue to follow instructions or they will emerge on their own. Millions of hypnosis sessions have been conducted, and no one has ever become stuck in hypnosis. And you will not become zombified because a person can emerge from hypnosis anytime they want to. All they have to do is want to emerge and discontinue following the instructions of the hypnotist. When someone is in hypnosis, they never become unconscious. In fact, you'll be more conscious, more aware than you normally are. All three levels of your mind, the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, will be working in sync. Anyone with normal intelligence who's willing to follow suggestions can be hypnotized and benefit from hypnosis. Because more of mind is participating, the person with a higher level of intelligence who wants to will tend to have greater success at hypnosis. Those with vivid imagination tend to do well. The ability to concentrate and focus helps some people do really well and make rapid progress. But anyone of normal intelligence who is willing to follow suggestions can be hypnotized and benefit from hypnosis. Which is why I say that, in my opinion, hypnosis is the single most effective tool in the field of educating or re-educating the mind to truth that is useful, allowing the understanding that supersedes our limiting beliefs and or behaviors and establishes the acceptable selective thinking that enables better life circumstances in any number of areas. When you work with a hypnotist, you will simply be using this natural ability to bypass the limiting beliefs so that you can benefit by thinking on purpose. And when you go into hypnosis in daily life, some former unacceptable automatic behavior may be replaced by habitual behavior that helps us rather than hurts us. To sum it up, hypnosis is a natural state, normal, it's safe, and it's effective. I've covered some hopefully useful information for you, but certainly feel absolutely free to ask any questions that you have. I appreciate your time, and if I haven't already walked into the room, I'll be there in a moment. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your allowing yourself to go into hypnosis because it is very beneficial. It has helped me tremendously, and I've seen it help other people in amazing ways, frankly. So again, thank you.